reason that I train is mainly to discipline my life. It's a way to keep myself healthy and to keep myself out of trouble. You know, those are the main reasons. We talk about self-defense, but what we have to understand is defending ourselves from ourselves. There are so many things out there that can lead us to bring ourselves down. And when I train, it helps me release positive energy. It keeps me off drugs. It keeps me off too much alcohol. It keeps me from partying too much. It helps me to have to be a positive person. The main reason I train is I use it as a way of life, a self-discipline, and of course, it's always fantastic to be able to fight. You know, when you can fight, you know you can defend yourself. That allows me to not have to be arrogant. It allows me to not have to be cruel. It allows me to be a nice person, to be a kind person, to open my heart to others, because I don't have to be afraid that I'm going to be harmed. Because I know if somebody tries to do something to me, it's like, pow, it's on. I'll take them out. You know what I'm saying? So knowing that gives me confidence and actually gives me the freedom to not be afraid, which allows me to have true peace. And that's what training brings to me. I'm Jermaine Andre. I am a United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame inductee, inducted as the first mixed martial art master. I am a 2-time world champion, a 5-time United States champion. I am a pioneer of the mixed martial arts, a UFC veteran. I also am a martial art and self-defense teacher. I teach the martial arts mainly because I believe in giving people a chance. And the whole idea of giving someone a chance is to give them power over their life and power to control those who affect their lives. Through martial arts training, you learn to gain control of the number one influence and the number one thing that affects your life, and that's yourself. When I train people, I'm teaching them to believe in themselves. I'm teaching them to trust themselves. I'm teaching them that they can do things they never believed that they could do. When they learn this, they can take this to their everyday life. And when it comes to that college test, or they go to become a surgeon, or they join the military, whatever it is, when those moments happen and they feel that this is something I don't know if I can do, their brain will go back to what they learned from me that moment when they learned and trained under me. And they could do something that they never believed they can do. It's amazing to watch people come in who are afraid of their own shadows, afraid of human beings, afraid of themselves, afraid of their own decision making. And to start training them and teaching them, and they start doing things and developing and realizing that they're actually an amazing and a great person, and that they can be a great person. I like to teach the martial arts because I believe every single creature on the planet has a right to defend themselves, himself or herself. And having a right to defend yourself is not a right if you don't know how to do it. Because we can all scream about our rights and scream this and that, but somebody attack you in the back alley and you can't fight, you can't defend yourself, that right means absolutely nothing. I don't care what you scream to the news or who's screaming it for you. So teaching a person to protect themselves actually gives them the true right to defend themselves, and it gives them true freedom through combat training, through combat education, through a person understanding that this person is not a threat to them because they can do this technique and do this move or use this strategy to stop that person's ill intent. That gives them what I call true freedom. We're not free if we're afraid. If you're afraid to lay down at night because you think somebody might break it down, you're afraid to walk the streets because you think somebody might mug you, you're afraid to drive because you think somebody's going to carjack you, you're not free. We're trapped by that fear. But when we learn to be aware and look out for the things that carjackers do, and we learn not to go down the street because that is the stage that is set for someone to get mugged and attacked. When we learn that this person is making a move and that's an imminent assault, and all you have to do is use this technique to hit this soft area on their body, that no matter how big and muscle bound they are, how crazy mean they are, it is going to hurt and be effective, and you know it's going to work. Now you can walk the streets calm, you can sleep at night calm, unafraid. And then now you're truly free, which allows that person to be kind to others and not have to be arrogant, not have to be aggressive, not have to be cruel, or not have to, like what Marilyn Manson says, we're killing others so we don't have to kill ourselves. Feeling like I gotta have to get my gun and go out there and hurt somebody else so they don't hurt me or hurt my family. So when you understand these combative things, that's what brings true freedom. I like passing it on as an American to other Americans and even, visitors of the country. we all have that right to that true freedom. Because once we feel and we have it and it's true, we want to give it to others. When I train my students, I don't just train them, I teach them, I educate them, and I get them to know themselves. The main thing that I'm trying to do with someone who comes to me, I don't want a cookie cutter program where everybody's the same, because every student lives a different life. Every student has different experiences. So with the training I give to them, it's going to affect them differently. They're going to use it differently. So what I'm trying to do is help them to discover who they truly are, to find their weaknesses, find their strengths, and to turn everything into a strength to help them become a better person so they can be a better person to everyone else and become stronger. Confidence becomes from becoming strong and knowing that you have the power where nobody else can hurt you. They can't manipulate you. No one can make you do something that you don't want to do. That's the main thing I'm trying to put into my students, where they've got this confidence of combat, where you don't have to be afraid of or fear anyone. So now that allows you to be able to control situations, but you also have to control yourself. One thing I always say to my students is that you become better, you become meaner, you become more aggressive, because I teach them to be aggressive, I teach them to be lethal, I train them all that stuff. This is the martial arts, the war arts. This is not some kid crap, not with me. I'm not teaching you this just for fitness or just for this and that. All that stuff comes with it. The fitness, the mind control, all that stuff. But this is the war arts. Martial means war. So I make sure that they are ready and primed for war if that happens. If somebody's going to bring it to them, then they're going to say, F you, let's go. Let's get with it. But through all of that, the main thing is to instill them with a power and the self-confidence and the self-control that they can choose, and they want to choose kindness. They want to choose to be able to bring a situation down or de-escalate a situation instead of getting afraid and having to attack and hurt somebody. They're not afraid of this person, so they can talk things down because they're calm enough to think ahead, because they know they can whoop that if they want to. So I'm trying to instill in my students the exact same thing that I have instilled in myself, and that the martial arts is given to me, and that I hope to maintain and work to maintain for the rest of my life. If you are someone who wants to train in the martial arts, you want to train in self-defense, this is go for anything, soccer, football, I don't care what it is, lawyer, but let's say martial arts. The first thing you have to do, people say, well, how do I identify the right trainer? How do I find the right dojo? First of all, you got to make sure you're the right person. You have to make sure, are you going to commit to this? What do you want to learn? Why do you want to learn this? How are you planning to use this? Where do you think you may have to use this? How much time can you commit to it? How much are you willing to spend on it? One of the things I hate to hear is a person say, I'm trying to find the cheapest place to go learn. Come on. Free ain't good and good ain't free. That's kind of the way that goes. So that's not saying some free stuff, it can't work for you, but you have to make the decision. Am I doing this because I want to sweat and lose weight? Okay, then it might be good to go to a cardio kickboxing class, or go to one of these. I know they got these new gyms with these bags hanging, and the person just punch. Yeah, they'll probably get you in great shape, but you're not really learning true martial arts or self-defense unless that's what the class focuses on. So the first and most important element in finding the right trainer or the right dojo is yourself. You have to know what you want, what you're willing to commit, how much you're willing to spend before you go and waste these facilities' time and these trainers' time. Now, secondly, don't go off of fads. Don't go off a name, Krav Maga or Jiu-Jitsu or Muay Thai or Judo or MMA or boxing, whatever. All these names, karate. I can say how much Kung Fu, there's 1,000 names to say. So I'm not holding any name out there. I'm just saying, don't go just because it's this name. What do you know about that art? What do you know about how it can be used except for what's being promoted? Whenever marketing and promotion made, you point out something good. You don't point out the weak and the bad. So you need to learn about the art that you're going to learn about first. Which art do I think would fit my life right now? Once you figure what art you want to study, then you start looking for schools. Now, when you pick a school, check the reviews, but understand these reviews can be corrupted, reviews can be bought, all kinds of things can happen with that. So that's just a tool. It's not a bad thing, but that's not it. Look at the reviews. Okay, this sound good. Try to find somebody who goes there, somebody with sense, somebody that's kind of like you, not just anybody. Ask them what they think. If you can, find somebody who's got something bad to say and listen to what they have to say about it, okay? You're trying to get information, and then go to the place you chose. And you should be able to meet the trainers. Watch the classes, see if the trainer, is this trainer controlling the class, or everybody just in there going wild? Now, if that's what you're looking for, where you don't have a trainer who's telling you what to do, who's got control of everybody, that's your place. You see what I'm saying? There's no good or bad. It's what are you looking for? You may just want a place where you can go in and spar and punch people in the face and they can knock you out, and that's it. You may want a place that's structured, where you got a sensei who's directing and giving orders for every movement that happens. That's your place. So once you see the classes and it looks like what you want and what you're interested in, then you need to get interviewed by one of the trainers, and you need to interview the trainer, interview the instructor. Ask them questions. What are we going to do? What do you think about me? What do you make sure they're not just trying to sell you a membership. If they're just trying to sell you a membership, then that's what you're going to get, is just a sale. It should be someone who's probably looking to say that maybe you don't even fit here. I know when I interview people, I don't say this. I don't say, well, man, you need to buy this, and we got a special going on. That's not what I do. I say, okay, who are you? Why do you want to come here? Give me your name. What's your address? Who the heck am I teaching this to? Now, look, this is what's going to happen. You go watch the class. You let me know if you feel like it's somewhere you want to be, you want to train. If not, I will help you find the right place for yourself, because I don't want you here if you don't fit here. That's going to be bad for you and me. I don't just want just your money. So once you decide that this is where you want to be, this and that, now you need to look and see if you can afford to be here, because you can't tell me you can't afford it. You can't ask for a discount. You want a discount, that means I got to discount the information I'm giving you, and that's not what I'm here to do. All right. So once that happens, then I'll call you if we accept you. If you don't get accepted, that doesn't mean you're a bad person. That just means I feel you're not compatible with what we are trying to do here at this place. You should have the same treatment if you're looking for true martial art training. If you're not looking for true martial art training, you want a place that's kicking and punching and doing that, that's what you need to look for. So the main thing is deciding your why and what you want. Then going out there and checking the place to make sure they're delivering what it is you want before you just sign up. But don't sign off just off the fads or some advertisement because the girl on there was cute or the dude on there was hot and they look great. Throwing this picture with sweat and green screen behind them and a waterfall falling. That's not reality. You got to check into what's real. The top benefits of training. Number one is getting to know who you truly are. When you work out and train, you're going to get in there, you're going to find your strengths, you're going to find your weaknesses if you last, and you're going to be able to strengthen them. You're going to know the truth about yourself. Another second benefit is gaining control of yourself, your health, your fitness, your athleticism. You're going to become a better person, and you can take this stuff into everyday life, and you can use it in everyday life. Then, of course, a third one would be knowing how to defend yourself, knowing how to protect yourself, being able to protect your loved ones, having that confidence that you have this ability to be able to stand up if you have to and if you want to. And the last thing I like to add, a fourth one, would be camaraderie. If you go to the right place with the right people, you're going to meet people who encourage you to stay positive, encourage you to do the right thing. That's me as a teacher. There's a lot of times I've wanted to do the wrong thing. I've wanted to crack somebody's head open in a parking lot because they said some stupid stuff to me, and they probably deserve to get punched. They've been bullying people their whole life. But the first thing I think is, what will my students think if I do this? So the fact that I'm surrounding myself with these good people helps me to keep my life in check. So those are just, that's just some of the good benefits that you get from training and working out in the martial arts. Listen, it's about time that you seize control of your life and get yourself and gain this self-mastery. Get involved in the martial arts, whether it's coming to see me and seeing if you're fit with my dojo or checking another dojo around. The martial arts is something that can guide you to self-mastery so you can seize control of your life and start becoming the person that you want to be. Get out there now and do it today.